but I think a lot of drummers kind of spend nowadays a lot of time on kind of wanting their chops to stand out than actually concentrating on the fundamentals of what a drummer's about, which is keeping it together. It's just holding the groove down, holding the beat down, keeping, always being on that one, always locking in with every other musician. Because as they say always, if you're not in time, no one else is going to be in time. So the best thing is that if you're locked in and you're there and you're just present and you're supporting everything else is just going to sound and run smoothly. So yeah, it's another little point for you, is I just never have been a chops kind of guy, really. Yeah. I would never say I'm good at chops. If anyone ever asks me for a drum battle or a chop battle, don't ask, because I'll just turn around and say you win straight away, because I know my limits, and it certainly isn't chopping.
Right. So if anybody ever hired you for a gospel gig,
yeah, by all means, please hire me for a gospel gig. But you're just going to get my natural flair. You're going to get what comes with hiring me, which is, sticking true to the music and playing to what's kind of, I suppose, the foundation of what you're trying to produce. I think if you go too overboard too quickly, you kind of lose the idea of why you're there. I think, that's the only way. I think it's different for gospel drummers, I must admit. I think they're phenomenal. Like one of my favorite guys at the minute to watch is a guy called J. Rod Sullivan.
Oh yeah, he's amazing. Yeah.
I find that guy absolutely. I sit there and I watch his videos and I go, wow! Like to play with the attention to detail and the clarity and just the precision would be amazing. But I just know within my own limits, he's his own person. I'm my own person, and that's what makes us different, and that's what makes every drummer in the industry different, is we all bring something to the table that maybe the other person might not have kind of, sort of practiced as much as you have. So you can definitely see that he's got the pocket, he's got the groove, and he's got the chops, which is great. All three things that you'd love to have, but sometimes somewhere down the line, one of those has been worked on a lot more than the other. So I think, but I think the foundation of it all is just the basic locking in with the grooves and keeping it together. So I've always been true to that. I've always just kind of, with all the work I do, all the recording, it starts with just the utmost basic groove, an idea, and then it develops itself over the course of recording, or even just live show playing. Just play what I'm told to play.
Right.
And then as I get comfortable with the musician, as they start trusting me a little bit more, then I start bringing out the kind of flair and the stuff that they kind of, they're looking for. Yeah. But at the same time, within reason. You're not stepping over the boundary too quickly and trying to show off too much. So I think that's how I've always looked at those kind of things.